Alright YouTube, another update video on the Silverado rust repair here. As you can see, I got the main shape of it cut out. It's actually cut, and I got the actual panel for it cut to fit and everything. I also had to take out this section of the inner fender, inner liner, I don't know what you call it. It's made of steel, obviously, but had to take that off and custom make a patch panel for that, which was kind of interesting, and I pretty much impressed myself by doing it. Show you here. It's this. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it at first because it had that lip and it was curved. I mean, you can't, without, like, I don't know, probably an English wheel and some other fancy shit that I don't have, and it would take me years to figure out anyway if I did. But all I did was take two flat pieces. That was a flat piece, and this long strip was a flat piece. TIG welded them at the seam and use a flap disc to round it over a little bit, and voila. You can see it's pretty good. I actually impressed myself this time. As far as fitment, that little tab's going to be cut off because it's obviously too long, but got to make that fit yet. The seam up top there is not perfect, but it'll be fine. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. Yeah, that fits in there pretty good. So there's that. That's the truck itself. As far as welding this thing in, I was going to try, excuse me, something they call silicon bronze. And I've done some reading on the internet that says not to use it because it's not as strong as a regular weld. I mean, they said it wasn't quite as strong as a regular weld, but they didn't say how strong it actually was, so I decided to run a couple of my own tests. I got some silicon bronze rod the other day, and just today ran a couple beads with it. These are actually butt welds on every seam that you see here. This one I did the front and back. This one I just did the other side. You can see it kind of came through a little bit. With silicon bronze, it's like a braze. It does not melt the base metal. After I did this one and this one, I grabbed a hold of it with pliers and bent the hell out of it, you know, back and forth numerous times. The metal itself bent. I couldn't get the brazed part to break or crack or anything like that. So what I did from there is I actually put another piece right across here, and then I proceeded to grind it down flush like you would have to do if you used it on a butt weld for there. So yeah, I did that and bent it back and forth a few times, and lo and behold, it did break. It took a couple, I don't want that focus. It took a couple times, but it did indeed break. Now, if you were able to overlap the metal and use this stuff, I'm sure that would be strong enough, especially in this area, but for one, it's already cut out for a butt weld, and that's what I'm going to go with because they're better anyway as far as I'm concerned. But it's a shame you can't let the fillet there, because that would have been perfect. And I mean, these aren't the prettiest, but like I say, it's the first time I ever used that stuff, and I mean, it's not horrible either. It's actually pretty easy to work with. I imagine with a couple minutes worth of practice you could make this stuff look pretty darn good. Kind of excited about this stuff because it'll come in handy on some other things, just not for this. But I've got a pound of it, so I'll have it. So yeah, it looks like I will be just using regular either MIG or TIG. I'll probably TIG it. Since I got a TIG welder now, I'll just go around there slowly with a TIG welder and weld everything in place and go from there. I think that's about all I got for you for now. If you have any questions while it's apart, let me know quickly if you can, because hopefully by tomorrow sometime I'll at least have these panels tacked in place. Well, hopefully I'll have that one fully welded and ground and everything, and then hopefully have this outer one at least tacked into place. But time will tell. You know how things usually go. Didn't get much time yesterday to work on it because I spent damn near all day cleaning up this shit. Yeah, we got well over a foot of snow yesterday. Well, Friday night into Saturday. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Got the snow blower back in here from out at my parents' house, but it still took quite a while because it was thick, to say the least. And the burrow truck, yeah, the burrow truck is apparently broke down, so yeah, I ended up snow blowing quite a bit. I did actually, down a little street that goes down beside the garage there, I did some of that so people could at least get through. And right out there, it's still, it doesn't look that bad in the camera really, but it's still pretty thick. A car almost got stuck in it here just a little bit ago. Well, right there you can kind of see it's fairly thick yet. Cars basically just bottom out in it and it packs down and they just can't move. One did get stuck in it yesterday, which that took quite a bit of time too, hour and a half digging him out. I couldn't just stand in here and watch him suffer, so I went out and helped him shovel. He at least had a shovel with him so he could help along, but it still took a good hour or so to get him out. Yeah, anyway, I got to get back to work since I didn't have any time to work on it yesterday. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. See ya.